Hello everyone. I hope you saw the last 3 videos on 3-letter words. Today I'm going to continue with 3-letter words, and I'm just going to share my interaction with a couple of 5-year-olds when I walked into their class last week. So I saw 3 words written on the board. One was a zip, tip and dip. And just to check how much they could understand the meaning, I asked a couple of questions. So when I asked them what they meant by zip, one little girl did this. So probably I'm presuming the teacher must be telling them to zip up, instead of telling them to stay quiet. And then I said, okay, tell me, where do you see a zip? And I got a fair number of answers from children. So they told me they've seen a zip in a jacket, zipped up boots, a zip on a pouch, pencil pouch, and maybe mama's bag. So these were the 4 they came up with. I would have wanted them to come up with more answers. So I spoke to their teachers, and then even they had to put on their thinking caps. The answers just didn't come straight away. So you can think yourselves and try to come up with the answers, and I can share some with you. So you can see zips in tents, in suitcases, in sleeping bags. You have your Ziploc pouches, plastic bags in which you store stuff. So you can see the 3-letter word zip. But if you're just going to leave it at zip and not take the discussion further, then you're depriving your children of information that they might otherwise, and in fact make them more observant. They'll start looking for these things all around. And you could also ask children what these zips are made of. So you're weaving in maybe science into a simple English lesson. So whether it's made of metal or is it made of plastic, and probably get them to observe a few zips. They must have seen them on their cushion covers or pillowcases as well. Then the word tip. Tip. So tip of the nose. The tip of my nose was freezing in the cold. I scalded the tip of my tongue when I took I put a hot cup of tea to my mouth. You tip something over and everything spills. The vase can tip over and fall and break. Then we give a tip to a waiter. And then there's a pencil tip, which I'm sure all the children notice, because they keep sharpening their pencils because they want a sharp tip to the pencil. And then we have another one, dip. So one answer which I got for dip was, of course, dipping the biscuit in milk and then having it. But we know that we also have dips which accompany food like dumplings or pita bread or a sandwich, maybe sandwich dip. So it's important that we extend our conversations beyond the very obvious. I've said this earlier. These were just a couple of examples I'm quoting, which I actually got in my conversation with the children. I'm going to give you, if you were doing the theme transport, for instance, and you want to do 3-letter words in transport, the most obvious vehicles or names of vehicles which children would come up with would be, a car, a bus, a cab, a van, and I was wanting another name for auto, and then I looked up. So it suddenly struck me that in some parts of the world, I think in Bangkok, they call an auto a tuk-tuk, which is again a 3-letter word.